an NGO on the Cape Peninsula that provides healthcare to animals in poor communities has been bolstered with state-of-the-art equipment. The Tears Animal Rescue Organization was established 25 years ago and is now one of the foremost treatment facilities in the area of Fishhook. It also does outreach and education work in 4 major communities. For more on this, we are also joined via video link by Tears Animal Rescue Spokesperson Lara van Rensburg. Lara, a very good afternoon to you and thank you so much for your time. Firstly, before we speak about the equipment, just talk to us about your organizations. You've been operating for 25 years now, essentially in treatment. Just give us a sense of what you do.
Thank you so much. Well, it's more than treatment, but it's essentially rescue treatment, rehabilitation and rehoming of companion animals, at-risk companion animals, mostly just addressing the area of homelessness, pet homelessness, dogs and cats essentially that don't have homes, that are abused, that are neglected and surrendered. And yeah, we've been going for 25 years. This is our 25th year, doing what we love and loving what we do. And it's been a very special day today. So thank you so much for inviting us to chat to your viewers.
All right, so let's get into it then. Just talk to us about the state-of-the-art equipment you've just launched and, more importantly, how it will bolster your operations.
So sorry about my dog barking. So essentially we do operate a full veterinary clinic at Tears, which I think makes us one of the unique animal companion NGOs in the Southern Peninsula. We have 3 mobile clinics traditionally that essentially operate between Tears and our under-resourced communities where we're mandated essentially to support pet owners. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Oh my word, I can't believe my dog, sorry. And the great thing about today, thanks to a legacy program, we've been able to develop 2 state-of-the-art prototype vehicles essentially that operate as a mobile classroom that will address our education, compassionate education needs and our treatment needs. So essentially it operates as a treatment center that we're able to then operate between our communities and further afield, where we can actually do a lot more than we would normally do, where we normally collect animals that are injured and take them back to our veterinary hospital. This allows us essentially to do a lot of treatments on site. So it's a real game changer for us. And it's thanks, as I said, to a legacy program through the Dov Edie and Cicely Blomberg project. The late Cicely Blomberg started Dr. Pet in 2003 in Philippines, and we are very happy to be able to bring her vision to life through this particular project.
Lara, before your fur baby disturbs us again, but let me just throw in this other question. So you also do outreach and education work in 4 major communities. Talk to us about those communities and what exactly you're finding in those communities in as far as the education that you need to provide to those areas of concern.
So our 4 main communities or underserved communities where we actually are mandated to serve are Masiphumelele, Ocean View, Vrygrond and Red Hill. And essentially a lot of it is just ignorance more than anything else. It's really, we find that we essentially as Tears, we provide free primary healthcare services to indigent pet owners. And one of the biggest areas, obviously, that we need to focus on is sterilisation. So it's pet population control, zoonotic disease prevention through vaccinations. That also obviously minimises the risk of animals and contracting infectious diseases that are easily spread. And then also on top of that, parasitic treatment, so tick and flea treatment and deworming treatment. And it's things as simple as deworming that can save a dog or cat's life. We find that a number of mortality or animals that succumb and don't make it is essentially because of parasites that have just literally been allowed to breed inside the animal. And it's just things like that. So essentially, traditionally, our mobile animal welfare assistants who actually operate our mobile clinics always work with pet owners specifically to try and educate. But in this case, we're working with, and traditionally our program has been able to focus specifically on youth between 8 and 18, where we can do quite limited really, pet care training and education programs. And we've done that since 2021. And in this case, what's wonderful is these clinics essentially come with 75 it's a huge TV screen. So I want to say 75 mils, but I think it's much bigger than that. But it's an incredible, it's almost like an OB unit. So what that means is we can start to educate in a way that seeing is believing. So pictures tell 1,000 words. Go into schools, go into communities where we would essentially not traditionally be, including Philippi, for example, where we would be able to address a lot of the things that essentially make a big difference in pet healthcare, and would assist pet owners in better looking after their pets. So we're very excited about that. Plus, I think having, again, our treatment center or our treatment vehicle on site, where pet owners can queue in two separate sections of the vehicle. We have a cat section and a dog section, where a lot of youth come to our pet clinics with their animals. They'll be able to come into the vehicle and actually see firsthand how we treat, which is exciting as well, I think, for youth in terms of just, well, potentially, a career in animal welfare. And I think there's a lot more we are going to be able to do, which is very exciting for us, as I say, just in terms of bringing a lot of this to life. It's not a question of taking an animal outside of a community, back to our clinic, and then it comes back, 2 days or 2 weeks later, and there's a disconnect. Whereas now we're able to integrate a lot of what we're doing and share in a really, I think, meaningful and authentic way. We're so excited. And as I say, it's not just for Tears, but it's not just the communities where we're operating, but further afield where we can work with other NGOs. And as I say, for me, schools is going to be the biggest opportunity for us, because we can spend half a day to a full day in those areas. And even if it's a 1-day workshop per se with great content, it's going to make a big difference. So we're very excited about this.
It does sound exciting. Lara, thank you so much for your time. And of course, thank you so much for giving us that update. And hopefully those communities really will get the help that they need. Lara van Rensburg is the spokesperson for the Tears Animal Rescue.